This is LAPD flying directly over my apartment, doing so particularly while I'm reviewing, hold on, I want you to see this, while I'm reviewing the evidence in my Google Drive regarding the Fontana Police Department doing the exact same thing that you're looking at now. And also while I was standing outside and the light source is hovering over my head, LAPD literally did the exact same thing you'll see the Fontana Police Department do. Flying over my head while the light source is directly over my head, and literally doing it on the same day 2 years ago, and approximately the exact same time. That's beyond a coincidence, by the way. That's why it is referred to as the pattern of conduct. Literally, as I'm reviewing that video, the entity is at the same time flying over my apartment. These are the psychopaths. This is the entity. First of all, this is a demon. And the pattern of conduct, literally engaging the criminal elements of monitoring, it's demonic activity. Understand that. This is the criminalization of demonic activity because the government happens to be engaging in demonic conduct, and the government doesn't have a right to place you under surveillance, and that's exactly what they're doing. It also happens to be in violation of Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. The government, the people of the state, are monitoring on communication devices, and they're engaging in that criminal system, including interstate commerce, using planes and helicopters on the roads and the highways. The people of the state that are doing so commercially, they cross state lines, entering into the state of California with the criminal intent to place another under surveillance. That's the language of Title 18, by the way. This is what the commercial airline planes are doing. They're entering and exiting the state lines of California with the criminal intent to place another under surveillance. That's what they're doing when they're using the commercial airline planes. This is crossing a path while the LAPD is flying this way. This is demonic activity. They're doing so with real-time knowledge. They're under a light source that's been here for over 7 hours, and it's going to set in alignment to my bedroom. This is, again, this is terrorism. Everything that the demon-possessed entity is doing is terrorism. Everything with regard to criminal monitoring, while they're pacing around you, while they're stalking in the path with light, while they're stalking with, and that is simultaneously creating audible activity, light activity with simultaneity to what the target individual does, it's terrorism. This is what's going on in the airspace while the entity is monitoring. That is in real time. As I look at the video that I'm about to upload to the Compare the P.O.C. folder, literally the entity is sounding helicopter activity, by the way, already in position. That's a stalker that's hovering above in a helicopter. It's currently 1:30 p.m., so I just want to write down, you saw on video, the entity stalking in helicopter, the absence of any coincidence where I am day by day, okay, showing you what LAPD is nothing other than the state. The people of the state are surrounding, and they're all going to federal prison who live at our Alvarado Gardens, engaging in this criminal system with the state, all right? And this is beyond worthy. It's what justice requires. Todd Speaker is being literally systematically prosecuted through the documentation. It's going to be a swift formality in the federal tribunal. There is no defense for providing any real property or business whereby the malicious engagement in the criminal elements of monitoring are underway. And that's exactly what you see Speaker companies providing. And it's an absence of coincidence that Speaker companies' employees, that is Todd Speaker's employees, are engaging in that pattern of conduct in concert with the state, engaging in terrorism and harassment and sexual violence as an entity while I'm on the job in the workplace. That's also been documented. And everybody that lives on the property belonging to Todd Speaker is going to federal prison, and Todd Speaker himself and the company is going to be subject to civil and criminal prosecution. This is state surveillance, and this is the ongoing corroborating conduct that the people of the state are acting in conformity to in the specific environment. The entity is following from place to place by the state. The state is always stalking in that specific environment. So that, in other words, where you see that phenomenon, the state, and this is why you start to document, the state is following from place to place in helicopters and fire trucks, ambulances, and police vehicles. And they're doing it while an entity is maintaining all of the iterations of light activity. This is what is so peculiar and terrorizing about the pattern of conduct. And it is something that is beyond what you can fathom. You have to document it because the federal government is not going to believe you. All right. But let me be clear. Nobody's going to disregard the documentation. Nobody. And the entity that is a delusional psychopath that is literally coming apart at the seams and providing ongoing evidence against the people of the state. Everybody, all 59 units are occupied with third-party group stalkers. Those of whom who live with minor children who are going to be seized. They're going to lose custody of those children. They've made these minor children group stalkers. They are activity creators. They are light activity creators. They are group stalkers in the path of the targeted individual. They're a part of what is a sex offense that an entity is committing. The entity is engaging in what is terrorism via children. And since you have made them a part of that unfathomable criminal system against a person, exacting all of that using children, That is an extraordinarily creepy and terrorizing aspect of the P.O.C. to utilize children in this satanic targeting system. Yes, you will in no way hesitate. And it's also going to be the body of evidence brought against the people of the state as they then seek to try to get their children back. Because it's not only relevant what they did, it's relevant how they acted with impunity. Just like you saw Iris Carnero and Lucy Santos exhibiting yesterday, April 5th, 2024, under the light source that was still here over my head, by the way, at 5:15 p.m. in that video documentation. It is currently 1:33 p.m. and I'm uploading video documentation of what LAPD did on video. That's exactly what the Fontana Police Department did, and it's literally on the same day, April 6, 2022, at the same time. Okay, so like I said, this exposure, this prosecution literally is a matter of the divine. Because I mean, yes, I've documented it. Yes, I have the presence of mind, but you're getting down to some very precise. I mean, that's a very, very precise ability. I did that part. I didn't even plan that. I cannot control LAPD pulling out a helicopter and flying over me at the same time. But I have the wherewithal to document it. That's the P.O.C.